In this video, I'm going to show you how to dry rosemary using a dehydrator. The first step in drying your rosemary in a dehydrator is to take your rosemary that has been cleaned and just lay it out in single layers along your tray. You do want to go ahead and leave it on the stems. That's going to prevent it from falling through. It's also easier to remove it from the stem once it's dry. Once you have one tray filled, then you'll just continue doing the same thing until all of your rosemary is on trays or until you run out of trays. If you have some that were clipped in bunches, you can just break them apart. So I'll just That's all of my rosemary, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I don't have any sticking out the sides of the tray and put the lid on it. We're going to turn it on, and rosemary takes about 6 to 8 hours. It's pretty humid today, so I'm going to go ahead and start it at 7 hours. Rosemary is best dried at 95 degrees like most herbs. I'm going to leave this running and come back and check on it after 7 hours. The timer has gone off, so I'm going to go ahead and check the rosemary. And it is dry. It has retained much of its color. And again, we're just looking for the moisture to have been removed so that it's dry, but not to the point that it's cooked. And this all feels great. So I'm going to check the rest of the trays and see how they look. I went ahead and went through all of the trays and pulled out any that still feel moist, especially when you kind of pinch into a leaf. If you can feel moisture, then it's not dry enough to store, because any moisture that's left in the leaf, once you put a lid on that jar and start storing it, that moisture is going to come out and it's going to mold and ruin all of the herbs in that container. So went ahead and I combined all of the sprigs that I found throughout the trays that weren't completely dry, put them onto one tray, and I'm going to finish drying this tray. I'm going to set the one tray that has the branches from the other trays that weren't completely done at 95 for 1 hour, and after that they should be dry. If you have any questions about how to dehydrate rosemary or other herbs, let me know and I'll be happy to help.